Hey guys, I'm gonna show my whole process of like making object assets in Adobe Animate. So um First off, I just want to say this the canvas size. It's at the default 640 by 480 right now for me, the standard thing, not HD. It's not like 12 whatever 10. It's not 1080p basically. It's just 640 by 480. Though I'll change it to 640 by 360 because that's usually actually what I use. So there, 640 by 360. Um, Basically, you can make your canvas any size you want and just size it up in whatever exporter you're using, because it's a vector program. You can just resize it. It doesn't matter. So that's why I work in this, because I just find it a little bit easier. So yeah, that's all for that. So yeah, I'm just gonna make a couple assets, like, show my whole process to doing that. Um, I don't know if it's picking up the color swatches or what. Whatever. In any case, so basically, I'm gonna do like a cube asset first. I like to work with stroke size 3, just because that's, I don't know, what I work with, although 4 is fine too. It's really up to the person. If you want your object show to have thicker outlines, work with thicker outlines. It really doesn't matter. It's really up to the person who's making them. But I like to go with 3, usually. So I'll do that. And yeah, so I'm gonna just go with like black outlines at first, but obviously change them later on. Also, miter, it's very helpful. So yeah, here's my rectangle options. That's not even rectangle options. It's just a square. It's just a square. That's it. Press F8 to make a symbol. So yeah. So I'm gonna show first off what not to do here for this. Obviously, take everything in this video with a grain of salt. Like, none of these are really rules so much as guidelines that would be helpful to follow, but the rules are for breaking. Some people say. I don't think anyone says that, but I don't care. So what you probably don't want to do is just take one of these lines and copy and paste it, and then drag it over like that. It just likewise, you also don't want it to. This is far worse. That just looks disgusting. That is the worst. So what you might want to do here, that I don't know if Hazel Cricket still has it up, but there was this whole thing about foreshortening on Hazel Cricket's channel, and that holds true here. Basically, so if you have a square and another square, but this other square is further away from the camera than the first square, then it'll appear to be smaller. So like this square is in front of that other square. The same would be true for this back side, because it is further away from the camera. So the whole square part of it would be smaller, and therefore the lines would go like that. I'm gonna make it go a little bit further. I'm exaggerating it a bit just to make it more apparent. Yeah. So also, I like to skew it a little bit, because that's how blocks will look in real life. It's kind of hard to see like um, a block that's like perfectly. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but yeah. So I'm gonna make the colors a little bit, less super saturated there. What I like to do for shading, is the camera picking this up? No, it isn't. Okay, so I'll just snipping tool it and show. So I have it as a PNG here. I like to have it like where it's so first of all, usually it's on default set to, oh god, why am I using this color? Usually by default it's set to use this hue, and I like to use blue just because I think it gets nicer colors for shading and whatnot. And then, just move it a little bit closer to bluey purple and stuff, and then like maybe slightly move it up here. And what that results in, if I just remove everything that I just did, if I just do that, it results in that color, which, mind you, is different from just making it a bit darker. This is a whole thing with color theory. That's if I just made it darker, then it would look like that, and let me just real quick draw little circles to demonstrate what I'm talking about. So basically, this circle is what you should not do, and this circle is what you should do with color. As you can see, like, this one just looks, I don't know how to describe it, but the shading is a bit more purple, and this looks really dull and weird, and so yeah, basically make your shading purple is what I'm trying to say. Not actually purple, but like closer to purple. And the opposite is sort of true for lighter. You can make it closer to yellow, but usually that makes it look orange, and it's weird, so I just like to just make it lighter. Really depends on the circumstance, though. And then for outlines, basically just do the shading thing again, but you'll notice if you do it like that, the same way, then it looks really weird and like it looks so weird. So a tip is that the outlines should be like really dark compared to the shading. Like, it should stand out from the shading so that it doesn't all just blend together. Like, depending on what you want, it doesn't have to be like super dark. I like my outlines on the lighter end, but still dark enough to stand out from the shading. So yeah. Also, I'm gonna redo that color because I think I messed up. There. Okay. Anyways, so yeah. Also, another thing. This is completely like subjective and all. So this is like, take this with a whole mountain of salt. But some people really like sub-cornering, and one of those people is me. So what that is, um, so obviously you'll have something with, you'll have like a cube here, and it has outlines all over. And then the shading and highlight. That those are really really bad colors, but I don't care. Actually, you know what? These are the best colors ever. So yeah, you'll have it like with outlines all over, and it looks gross. So if you remove those outlines, then it's just a cube, but with outlines only on the edge, and that's subcornering. And I really like how that looks. So if I do that same thing here, then whoa! I like how it looks. Other people don't. Other people do. It really depends on the person. Just adjusting the colors a bit to just. Alright. So then you'll notice with this cube, the outlines don't match up with the fills, and it looks really weird on the corners. So just copy the outlines, delete them, create a new layer, put it below, and stroke size, double it. There. And there you go. There's your beautiful, beautiful asset. Let's be honest. It's just blocky. So anyways,
Hey guys, for a break.
So the same kind of stuff applies to a circle, and I don't know why I did the circle after the, or why I'm doing the circle after the, block, cube, whatever you want to call it, but I am. So I'm just going to use the same colors, because why not? But, you know, same kind of stuff applies here. That really doesn't look that good. Hold on, I'm gonna... There. That also doesn't look very good. I'm gonna make it a little bit more purple. Purple. There.
It looks beautiful.
There. And there's a sphere that doesn't look that good either. Whoa! And I'm gonna make that a symbol as well. Then with those basic shapes, how about a cylinder? And I'm gonna do this in green just to differentiate it a little bit. So basically it's just the same old story. And it's gonna be top down. Yeah, I don't know what I did there. Okay. I'm saying as I'm recording this, as I'm making the asset. I don't know why I'm saying what I did, but whatever. So basically, there. Alright. I swear that doesn't line up. Hold on. There. Alright. So there, you can kind of see how it almost looks like a cylinder, except really weird. I'm gonna make it a symbol. Yeah, alright. So, just gonna delete those two lines because they're stupid and ugly, and, yeah. Also, this green, I'm gonna make it a little bit more bluish and lighter and stuff, and like, there. So there's the base color, getting rid of this. So, essentially, same kind of stuff applies. So then, blam, it looks so pretty and amazing, and it doesn't actually look that good, but I don't care. Actually, genuinely, I do not like how this looks so far. Hold on, I'm just doing this to get the colors over. There, alright. And I'll just... There, okay. And now I'll do the whole thing where I copy it, paste it on the layer below, and double the line size. And then, gonna make the outline color, woo! The best part. Yay, alright, and now, it looks like a cylinder, I guess, but it's not shaded, and it looks really weird and stupid and dumb. So, just take a line, and make it a bit darker, and boom, looky, it's shading, and same applies for lighting. And the reason why I'm not like attaching the lighting to the side here is because otherwise it just looks like I'll demonstrate what I mean. Hold on. So if there's 3 colors here, not even bothering doing the whole color theory thing. So if there's 3 lines here, then it just kind of looks like this bit is jutting out, and it looks all flat and weird and dumb and stupid and ugly. So I do this instead, and it works. And then I'm gonna delete these two because they're I've said stupid and dumb and ugly way too many times. So I'm gonna call this little dude Cylindry. Cylindry. Yeah, Cylindry. It doesn't flow at all, so it's perfect. So obviously you don't want Cylindry to be at this angle at all times, or else it looks stupid. So duplicate symbol and turn these into guide layers, basically so they don't appear whenever you're looking at it. And then you can just kind of take this bit and just kind of stretch it out until it's about the same size. Obviously, this won't apply to every single asset you make. I'm just doing this as an example of, like, you know, speeding up the process a little. Whoops. Okay. You know, cutting corners for the sake of cutting corners. I hate corners. I don't want them building up in my home. And then I'm gonna lock the layers of the original. I'm gonna group that all together for a second. And then Control B. Control G to group it. It's very useful. Please use it. It is. I didn't realize that I could do it until not too long ago, and my life hasn't been the same ever since. It's changed for the better. And then Control B to break it up whenever you don't want it to be that anymore. So yeah, Cylindry has 2 assets now. Woo! I'll just call this Cylindry above and Cylindry side. That should work. And then just making a folder called Cylindry, and then and then just probably like with this, because this is like the first character that appears on in the library, bodies or something like that, like, yeah. And so that'll always be at the top, so you can always access Cylindry's asset. And then you can always easily get to it, and it's just beautiful and perfect, and everyone loves it, and it's amazing. So I'm gonna draw Cylindry a quick pose here. I don't know why I gave him a puffy mouth. This is completely unrelated to making assets, but I'm still doing it anyways. Not my finest work, but it'll do. Anyways, so enough of Cylindry. Obviously, there's some more complicated assets you can make, so yeah, some stuff that I don't like, which I was just speaking to someone about, which inspired me to make this video. A couple pet peeves of mine, which aren't stuff that, like I said before, everything in this is a guideline, but not a rule. So take this with a grain of salt, blah blah blah. I already said it all before. So one thing that I really don't like is shading on a flat surface. The announcer's asset from BFDI does this, and it bothers me. It bothers me a lot, and I don't like it at all. So, yeah, here's shading on flat surfacey. That's what this guy's name is. Shading on flat surfacey. That's there. All right. And just gonna jot them a quick stupid pose. Yeah. Look how smug they are. Stupid idiot. there's shading on flat surface E, and then also 8 balls asset does this, and it annoys me so much. This next thing, 8 ball and bubble, BFB, the worst. It is the worst thing. This annoys me so much. Which you can't. This isn't a thing you can do with one asset. You must have multiple assets in the same place in order to do this. But this character's name will be Inconsistent Light Sourcey. This is a power duo. Shading on flat surfacey and inconsistent light sourcey. So basically, this asset's light source is left or top left, and this one is top right. So these two assets can't like be in the same place at the same time. Or they can, it just look really weird. Of course, then right here it could work because then the light source could be right here. But what if it was like anywhere else? It would just be weird, and it's like obviously there's circumstances where you wouldn't want them to have the same shading. Obviously, the way I see it, assets are a tool, not a crutch, and you should always allow yourself to like, I don't know, whenever need be, change an asset for a scene. I think BFB does this well, especially with Spongy. I don't know why Spongy's asset gets modified so much. But, yeah. Anyways. So those are the new hit characters. Inconsistent Light Sourcey and Shading on Flat Surfacey. Then, another thing that bothers me a lot, the worst thing ever for me, like this is top of the class. Text on asset. 8 ball does this, and it sucks, and I don't like it. In my joke show BFO, I literally have a character called Text on Asset to mock it. But yeah, let's just say this is UPSC. That is a horrible name for an object show character. But I don't care. Sorry to anyone who happens to have a character named UPSC. So yeah, here's UPSC. Again, if you do text on asset, okay, whatever, that's you. Even though it bothers me, it doesn't bother everyone, that's fine. Just is distracting and just doesn't really work that well, and it also clutters things, and it just so yeah, there's UPSC. I don't know why they're called UPSC. As in, like, I don't know why I put that specific text. Why not Amazon-y? I don't know. So, anyways, that's pretty much all to, like, my process to making assets, and obviously complicated stuff and obviously everything is a case-by-case basis, blah 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 blah. Don't care. Also, I usually like to make my assets on, like, a different color so that I can do things in white. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Bye.